Know thyself. Know thyself. This is a very, very spiritual question. It's a highly esoteric, and it is from the higher realms, from your higher self.
Jai Shri Krishna Guruji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes. Today we have a few questions, and they're big questions, perhaps the biggest that one could ask. The first question is, who am I, and what is my true nature?
So the question, who am I? We are going to take it from the spiritual perspective. So here the answers have been provided by a number of great sages from India like Ramana Maharshi and all. Their answers are all different. If you go to one master and to another one, you will find that there is a certain amount of difference there. Because it all depends on the philosophy. So let me start with your answer. First, we have to negate. The negation comes this way. So the moment you ask this question, who am I? The answer that immediately goes to your mind is, you have a name. So you call yourself some name. You have a body. You have a mind. You have these senses. You have these hands and legs and everything. So you immediately start identifying yourself with the body. That is the first step. But if I were to say that I don't have a hand, that means my hand got cut off or my finger got chopped off. Look at it from this point of view. Can I still say that finger which got chopped off is my finger? I still have ownership of it. That is my hand. I lost my hand. So I'm still owning that object over there. So everywhere you will find that these individual aspects of the body we seem to own. And we call it my eye, my head, my hair, that way. Now, the next step is we show ownership of the world around us. That means this is my mother, this is my father, this is my family. Let us say you are a married person, so you will say this is my wife or this is my husband. These are my children. So my children. Always you will find that ownership is there. Then you talk about property. You say this is my property. This is my house. My house. Again you are giving yourself the idea that you own it. Then you go to the state or the country that you are in. So you immediately start identifying with the state or the country that you are in. So I am an Indian, I stay in this place. So you will find that everywhere you are taking ownership, including you are an earthling. You are staying on this earth. And you are from this galaxy. Now, why are you taking this ownership? Think like this. When you were born, prior to that, you were not even having the body, right? So that means you took a body as a possession when you are in the womb of your mother. Now I am saying your mother. So you started your possession when you were a kid. That means already in the womb, I am this one's son, some XYZ son or daughter. So you started your journey by entering a womb, creating yourself an identity, and then when you came out, you started being identified by someone else with a name. See, everybody calls you by that name. You don't keep your name. You say, I am so and so, right? Because my mother and father kept me the name. Whoever. They tell you that they are your father and mother. You have no idea. The whole world around you starts telling you that I am your uncle, I am your aunt, I am your brother, I am your sister. Again, they are establishing the identity. You are not. And you start believing in that identity. Whatever that is there in front of you. This is your house. This is your bed. This is your playthings. So you identified. Again, people who come in your life, these are my friends. The friends, they identify themselves. So we start this possession right from the beginning. Whereas, think about it from a different perspective. If I were to even chop off your body into bits, like it happened to the Sufi Saint from Baghdad, each part of his body was calling out and it said, I am that. When you are looking at that object, whatever the object that you seem to possess, that object is not you at all. It belongs to you. See, you have established one credential over here that is called belonging. So I take ownership of these eyes. See, these are my eyes. I own them. So that means this I is not you at all. So we have to look at it from that perspective. So I stay in this country, but I is not the body, right? Just now we saw that the eye, EYEI, or the ear, or these hands, or the legs, they are your belongings. They are your possessions. They are not you. So then who are you? So in spiritual world, we say you are the part of that little self. You are the self, you are that little portion of that bigger self. Or you say you are the part of the divine. It is said to be a soul, something that is beyond explanation, the divinity within. So we start believing in this concept of I am that being, the soul. And even if you try to find out that identity, you are still not able to find it out. Because nobody can see the soul. No one can see the soul. What we seem to see, that is, we so-called believe that I saw something, that is also a picture, a place, a thing. It is not real. You still identify that object as something which came about in this world. So we say it has manifested. Now, when something manifests, takes up a form, like I took this form. Now, when it happened to me, something very unusual, somewhere in 2001, it so happened that there was this person who passed away, and I distinctly remember entering this part of the body. Now, you may say it's a dream, but I can definitely tell you it cannot be a dream. So anyway, that is my spiritual story. So for me, I don't need proof of the pudding. I don't need to say that I am not the body. I definitely say the body belongs to Suresh. That's the name of the person. I am not Suresh. I am different. So I am that which I got to find out for myself. So who am I? That is a question I myself explored when I woke up from the hospital bed. This question took me on a long journey, the journey of trying to find out the answers. It took me a few years to come to the understanding. And that is the reason why when someone asked me the question, who are you? My answer was, only God knows. So that is how I kept my pen name, my name. So this name I took for myself. So God knows, only God knows the name. So I called myself KrsnaKnows. That is how the name came into the picture. So then who am I? Even if I were to explain to you, it might sound very weird. So the thing which everybody has to do is to go on the journey of trying to find out who they are. So we do the process of elimination as per the Vedic scriptures that are talking about it. This is called saying not this, not this. Neti, neti. Not this, not this, not this, not this. Finally, you will come to the point where you will say iti, iti. That means this. Only this. So am I the body? No. Am I these eyes or this thing? No. Am I the person living? So you keep on identifying these objects and removing them. Finally, you come to the point where you get a clear understanding of who you are. So who am I? You are that divinity, that spark within you, this body. You have taken over the body. You are not the body. You have taken over the body, just like I took over this body. You have taken over the body and you are using this body as a vehicle, as a tool in your world. Got it? Like I am using this body as a tool to talk to you just now. I still do not identify myself as this man or this person. No, because I know very well I am not this person. So this is a long story which we have to traverse. That means it's a long journey, you know.
Yes.
You have to eliminate all these points, that is the negation which I told you about, and come to the understanding finally that you are not the body, you are not this entity that you think you are, and that you are the divine so-called soul, and you have some kind of an identity other than what you think you are. So it's a long-winded explanation I have given you with my own example to tell you how this is the identification.
Yes. Yes, Guruji. If I may ask a follow-up question to the not this, not this. When somebody is going through that and they're saying, I'm not this, I'm not this, who is it that's actually saying it? Am I the one who's actually asking the question? Or is there something beyond the one that asked the question?
Yes, see, in our scriptures, there are two things which are mentioned. There is a tree, and on the tree, there are two birds sitting, one on top and one at the bottom. This is a kind of an example given where that is called the higher self, the one on top,
Yes.
and the one below is called the lower self. The lower self is the body, mind, and all those things. And the higher self is the so-called soul, right? So when you are asking the questions, when they are mundane questions, what are we going to eat today? That's a mundane question. Okay. you're not asking some spiritual question. That is answered by your body itself. But when you ask esoteric questions, questions which are beyond your means, beyond your physical material nature, the who is God?
Mhm.
Who am I? These major questions that you ask, the one who is telling you the answer is called the higher self. It has got pure knowledge. Knowledge is divided into two. One, which is the mundane knowledge for this material world. You can get a PhD in that. You can get a Nobel Prize in that. Whether it is, say, English, philosophy, you name it. You can get a Nobel Prize also in that. Doesn't mean anything. The higher self, that is the spiritual knowledge, or what we say as the pure knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So this bird on top is answering this bird below, is telling the answers. So when you speak, when you enter the world of spiritual, the dialogue between the lower self and the higher self happens on a continuous basis. And that is the reason why we have to find out this higher self. Finding yourself. See, this is the idea. So who is answering? Self, higher self. Who is the higher self? Myself. No. The higher self. Who is higher self? So who is asking this question? Who is higher self? The mundane person can't ask this question because he doesn't know.
Mm.
The lower bird cannot ask this question. So who is asking this question? The higher self is itself, kind of questioning. And in that you get an understanding that if I don't go for the self-revelation, knowing thyself, who is this thyself? So you have to explore this possibility of know thyself. Know thyself. This is a very, very spiritual question. It's a highly esoteric, and it is from the higher realms, from your higher self. And the day you find the answer, you say to yourself, I am self-realized. I know myself. Got the answer? So self-realization is that self knowing itself.
Yes, Guruji.
I know myself now. And that is the difference between the lower questions and the higher questions.
Yes, Guruji. So the higher self is inquiring of the self, who the self is.
Who is talking? Who is this talking? See, when we have to go on the journey, we have to find out who is this fellow who is talking. Okay, is it the ventriloquist or somebody like that inside me who is talking? Just think like that. It's a ventriloquist doll,
Yeah.
and he is speaking, and it assumes that you are speaking. You see how this ventriloquism works? Exactly like that. But who is speaking? The ventriloquist is speaking, not the doll. But it appears the doll is speaking. So we have to find out who is this person. That is very important.
Yes. Yes, Guruji.
The second part of the question,
it's what is my true nature?
Of course. Now, when I say nature, the word nature means you are still identifying in the material world. Look at it from that perspective. In the spiritual world, we say Purusha and Prakriti. Prakriti is Mother Nature. You are still talking about the nature of the man, the nature of the person, the nature of the identity that I have. So if I have an identity, let us say my identity is there. So I will call myself, I am a man. I am so and so tall. This is my color. This is where I stay. All these are my identifiers. Okay. What is my nature? Now, when I put nature into the picture, mind also comes into play. Got it? So I say I am a kind person. I'm a considerate person. I'm compassionate in nature. All these are just, adjectives and adverbs. We just put them together. You're still not that person. So your nature is not the body's nature. Body is a vehicle. Body is a tool given to you. Body is not you. Body is a tool given to you. In spirituality, in our world, in Sanatana Dharma, we have this something which is called body possession. You can transfer yourself from X to Y, Y to Z. You can keep on doing that, which you have also done in your life, but you don't know about it. This life is only that small portion that you're going to live in this world today. But as you know from Sanatana Dharma, here the idea is we have multiple lifetimes. So think about it. If in some life, if I was an ant, can I identify myself as an ant from this colony? No. Some place I was a snake. It's a body, isn't it? At some place I will say I was an elephant. Okay. Now all these that I said, these are bodies. But who is this person who has entered these bodies? See, I want you to think about it like this very clearly. If I have a nature of elephant, can I use that nature in this life? I cannot. If I have a nature of an ant, I cannot use that nature in this life of mine as a human being. So I hope you get the point that to say that my nature, what is the nature of this person? It is near impossible to identify yourself as a human being simply because you have taken various forms in various lifetimes, and henceforth also you will be coming back as something or the other. There is no idea that you are going to be a human being. So as a human being's nature, you are identifying with the body only. So whatever is the body's nature, we are going to cover it now. That means when you ask questions, you will get the answer of what kind of a nature is this. See, like we have the mind and all that, So you decide on something. And that nature is physical or mental. It is connected to still the body. It has nothing to do with the spiritual. As a spirit soul, you have no nature at all. No nature at all. You are divinity. You don't have any identifiers as a nature. Got the point? There are no identifiers. I'm tall, I'm short, I'm this, I'm that. No such attributes can be addressed to this universal nature. That is the divine nature of yours. As a human being, I can come and I say whatever I want to feel like. Everybody says, I'm kind, I'm this, I'm that. It's all fake. It's nothing real. You are still identifying with the car. The car is this make. The car is from this place. The engine like this. I have tail lamps. I have this. I have that. When you identify with something like a car, you are just going to describe the car. Doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
So you are driving. Who is driving the car? You are driving. And that you is that divine one within you. And that is why your nature is divine. It is not human. It is not an ant's nature. It is not an elephant's nature. So do not mix up your nature with all these other things. Okay?
Yes, Guruji. Well, thank you so much, Guruji, for answering these questions today.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
If you have enjoyed this presentation and would like to be informed of new presentations, remember to like, share, and subscribe or follow. Thank you.